It says we're live.
You're live. 0-0. We lost. We had people now. They're gone. We lost the crowd.
We'll be back. This is not the accurate number. They're doing it on the website. You're recording on YouTube. They're showing it. One person here could be 100 people on the website.
Okay, I get it.
So this is not the accurate number.
Okay.
It should just be one.
Here's one.
That's
okay.
it. How's it going?
Person. Hello.
Oh, you didn't.
Much more than 3 people. It's showing.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Okay.
Maybe it has to be
Can I start?
You just have to wait a minute.
It should be 6 feet, maybe.
6 feet?
CDC guidelines.
Oh, 6 feet. Funny.
So, should you start?
How long is it?
I don't know. It's good because then Daniel can come at the end. This Daniel should join it.
Oh. Yeah, the S's can say no.
7.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 4 people left.
Should you start the shirt up? Okay. Start. You're on, Zadie.
Good afternoon. Thank you, whoever arranged this. Welcome, Aboyin, for those that are listening. For a caveman, I always proudly say that I'm a caveman. Never got into the modern technology. And now the Rabbi Shem willed it that we should learn Torah over using the modern technology. And they asked me to say a shiur, so I said I will not do it. He says, "Can we get a haskama from Adam Gadol?" And I called Reb Shmuel Kamenetsky, and he said, "Well, it's the only way to teach Torah, so by all means, do it." So it's my zchus to learn a little with you. I decided to do the sugya of Teifis L'Ba'achov B'Makom Shechav L'Achirin. Some of you are learning Gittin, some of you are learning Bava Metzia. It's big sugyas that everyone knows about. There's a Havamina in Gittin here that you can receive a get shichur, the freedom contract for the Eved, by virtue of Teifis L'Ba'al Chayiv, that you can grab from the loiva for the malva, and the makam shechav lacherim. So that was the havamina. that the grabbing, now it's very hard to understand because here there's no Bal Chayiv, there's no Chayiv. You're trying to grab the shtar shikhr for the Eved against the master's wish. It's very hard. So the Gemara answers has nothing to do with it, but because it's hamatnu kitzchu. You're being zoiche, you're not grabbing it. But Tosfos on the spot, and Yirafim Beis quotes the famous Rashi in Bamitzia. Tosfos l'chad mag shechalichem lo kana. Afil asar shliach. Tosfos insists there's no difference if you do it on your own, and the Tosfos, one who grabs it does it on his own by virtue of the din of zachin la'ad, or even if he made you a shliach, much berach ha'kosev. It's an open gemara in berach ha'kosev. And the Rosh has a smash from the Mishnah in Bamitzia that the guy on the horse said, "Give it to me." So he made you a shliach. It Tosfos and they ask from the Gemara in Bamitzia, but he asked from the Gemara in Ksubis that story of Yema Bar Choshev. Clearly, he told the shliach to grab it, and the Gemara there says, "Tosfos v'achav magshav lachem lo kana." With the low kipirish Rashi, Rashi says in Bamitzia, "The vaso shliach kulan kana." If you make him a shliach, then there's no question. Then there's no din of Tosfos v'achav magshav lachem. And she says, "So shliach l'kula amakad." If the malva made the guy shliach, everyone else kada. So Tosfos ain't chilah. There is no difference. Why? Because Tosfos ta'afilu so shliach shlucho. If you don't make him a shliach, zechiyas mitam shlichus. So that's what we're going to study this afternoon in Mitzvah Hashem. Tosfos says zechiyas mitam shlichus. He brings rise from two gemaras that zechiyah is mitam shlichus. Because the Gemara says one of the rise is from Chatzar. Chatzar is mitam shlichus. Chatzar mitam yad mitam shlichus. But you didn't make it a shliach. You didn't make your Chatzar a shliach. How does your Chatzar become your shliach? By virtue of zachan l'ad mishlo b'fanav. So I think that's what Tosfos means in the Gemara Bamitzia. Because the Gemara says the Chatzar is lo kara mishlichus. In Tomar, okay. So Tosfos is here. We did enough of Tosfos. Let's look at the Ksais, and we'll share about the Ksais. Now, one thing I want to mention to you, Machlokes the Rosh and the Rif in Bamitzia, that if Tosfos Balchov is not b'makam l'chav lachem. Makam l'chav lachem means the loiva owes two people. So you grab for the one malveh, and you're harming the other malveh. That's b'makam shav lachem. Now I know you're thinking, why isn't chav lachem to the loiva? It's chav to the loiva. Forget about another malveh. Well, the teretz is no. It's not called chav to him because he owes the money. Since he owes the money, you're not being chav to him. When you're paying up a loan, you're just doing a mitzvah. It's not chav to you. The chav lacherim is the other malveh. So, but if it's low chav lacher, let's say there's only one malveh you can grab. So the Rif seems to have a kasha. Why can you grab it? Let him say lav bal dvarim di diat. Let the loiva say, I don't know you. See, the malveh can grab. That seems clear that the malveh can grab. Somebody owes him money, and it's due the malveh can grab. But if you want to grab for him, so let him say, Lav Bam Deviat. You're not my baldavar. Who are you? I don't owe you anything. So even if it's low chav lacherim, so here the Rif learns, it's only a takonid rabbanon. Really, midaraisa, you can't even grab for a malva if it's not chav lacherim. Because who are you? Lav Bam Deviat. Now you're probably wondering, the Rosh says, you're not going to court. Lav Bam Deviat means if you're taking the guy to court. You're not taking him to court. You're just grabbing his things. So what does the Rif mean? You tell him Lav Bam Deviat. But I think I understand the Rif's question. Because if you see in Shulchan Aruch, when you don't go to court, but what gives you koich to grab? It seems the koich is your sugim babakam chavches ovid inish dina lenafshei. I can grab because ovid inish dina lenafshei. The makam pseida, the Gemara says, if you're losing money, everyone agrees, you can take the law into your own hands. So say, what do you mean ovid inish dina? You're doing the din. Who are you? So that's the pshat, I think, in the Rif's kasha. But the Rosh says no. He's a shliach. What do you mean? Who are you? You're not Baldvan Diyat. Yes, he is. He's the shliach of the Malva. So he is, by virtue of the fact that he's a shliach. So then you can't tell him, you're not my Baldvar, I'm a shliach. So the Ksais here in Kofei. So Pashtus, Midaraisa, is like the Rosh. I mean, it's not a Takanid Rabbanon that can be Taifus. We're assuming it's It's a din d'oraisa. If it's not chav la'acherim, it could be typhus. The problem is when you're harming others. I noticed that my Rebbe Reb Nachum, Zechron Lefracha, see, he's thinking like this. Bishlam is Rashi Shita, that if Zachin Ad Mishla B'Fanav, you can't do if you're harming someone else. He says, din of Zechia, well, very good. It's Zechia for Reuven, but it's a Chai for Shimon. But if it's Shlichus, why can't you do Shlichus if it's Chav La'Cherim? According to Taisa Shita, it doesn't make a difference. The Gemara's mashming sunnahs. Doesn't make a difference if it's Zechia or Shlichus. So why should it be? He's asking a why question. In Brisk, they won't ask this question. He's asking, why can't I make you a Shliach? Who cares? I'm harming someone else. We'll soon see at the end of this tzais, the Yeshua says, but when I see these kind of questions, I don't ask why. That's the rules. The rule is you can't make a shliach to harm someone else. It doesn't bother, and yeah, cutting doesn't bother me that shlichus, just like zechia, doesn't work if you harm someone else. Shlichus doesn't work if you're harming somebody else. If you're asking why, so it depends on which yeshiva you are, but you can ask why. So look at the tzais, please. He says, Rashi Kuf Asif Cotton Alf. If you don't have a tzais, it doesn't matter. I'll give it to you on a silver platter. Rashi says, reading Rashi Bamitzia. Person comes by himself. He comes by himself, not made a shliach, and he takes Mamay Chaverim because of Shesh La'achov, Uval Kadein. And he's doing first l'kadim. This is the classic case of the Toifus B'Achoiv, the Makam Shchav La'acherim. Nimsa Toifus Zelo Kana. The Rebbe Ksubis, like Mar says in Tzubis, the Al Kokinei, it's not within your power. Yes, Kofetz L'chav. That's what Rashi says in Bab Mitzi. Seems to be clear if you make you a shliach. Aval Kfar Hikshu Tois V'Mafarshim Perkachos Perkachos the Mav Yema B'Achoshu. He made him a shliach to grab, and the Gemara invokes there. It says it's b'malkum shechav la'acherim. Abi uvdi diyeva b'chashim. I'm told to come in Fjud Aleph. Tois b'chav below kapir shashi. We just saw in Taisvis. But say that so shliach will come a kana. Then chilak. If he lost a shliach, who does shluchahu? What's the difference? He make him a shliach, or by virtue of zachin adam of shlomo, when he become a shliach, the muchbek am sibek and min hamoda. Okay. So he says, the Ksai says about Taisus Shitasa. Taisus asked this question because all of us shas. Taisus Zechia is mitam shlichus. How is Zechia midin shlichus? Can't call it fakabnim. It's Ksubis, the famous sugi of ger cotton. Taisus says Bezdin is Toivel the ger because Zachin ad mishal b'fanav. So Taisus you can't be a shliach of a cotton. So I can be Zeicha for a cotton because Zechia is mitam shlichus. If you can't be zeicher for someone, then if you can't be a shliach, you can't be zeicher. Came to school on side, you don't like shliach because barash. Now that's Taisus Rishon's kasha. Now the tzais doesn't deal to answer Rashi from the Gemara in Ksubis. He doesn't deal with it. The tzais now we're going to learn about Rashi Shita, but he doesn't answer the Gemara in Ksubis. So I'll share with you a few answers that it says in Shulchan Aruch the Shach. The strongest answer to me looks like the Shach. The Shach says Rashi doesn't mean that regular shlichus helps. Regular shlichus doesn't help. It's Gemara in Ksubis. Rashi means if he paid him. If he paid him, so he's a poyel. The Gemara Mitzvah says that a poyel is yad poyel ki yad balabayis. So the Shach learns that when Rashi says shliach, it doesn't mean you made him a shliach. It means you paid him. Okay, Rashi should have said that maybe, but that's how the Heilige Shach, and he says nobody would argue on this. See, you may not learn Rashi that way, but if you're a poyel, if you're getting paid for the shlichus, you're a worker. The Gemara B'Metzia says yad poyel ki yad balabayis, so that's why Rashi holds if you're a poyel, then you can grab Rebbe Shlich not. Some of the other answers of the Paiskin, the Choshev Mishpan and Simon Kofei, the Bach says shlich be'edim. If you make him a shlich be'edim, then it works. Not a shlich without edim. That's difficult. First of all, what's the difference? Who says there's a difference of shlichus whether you make it with edim and not? And the Gemara in Subis, there were edim there when he made the shliach, so it doesn't answer the Gemara in Subis. Some say maybe it's. So the Shulchan Aruch says it can be typhus even if the Malva gave you Arshah. Maybe he gave you the right, Arshah. He wrote you Harsha. It's some answer Rashi. It means he made Mashlich with Harsha. But as I say, what's funny about this Ksais, he never bothers answering Rashi for the Gemara in Subbas. And it's Kashesi Baseh. So Ksais says, Rabbi said there's a steerer from the Gemara that Zichir Mitam Shlichus. So Sugyan Edel Mitzias, that every youngster knows of Yir Shalom Midas, Abi Yir Shalom Midas, Abi Yir Shalom. So the Ksai says, classic steer. Eich name is Zichir Mitam Shlichus. And what does Zichir Mitam Shlichus means? Taisa says it. Ksai doesn't mention that Rashi also says it. Because Anan Sadeh, if he would know, he would want it. If he would know, he would want it. So Gemara says, oh, by Matana, it's Zachanab B'Shal B'Fanav. So the Bach says, what do you mean by Matana? Saying the Matanas Yichya, the Bach on the Gemara. The Bach says, what do you mean it's a chus? Matana is a chus. It's saying the Matanas Yichya. So the Bach says, people like Matanas, right? You and I, we love Matanas. I say the Matanas Yichya, the guy can claim that. But if he doesn't say anything, we assume that a Yid loves Matanas. So that's what Zechim Tam Shlichus means. Anan Sadeh. Since if he would know you're doing it, he'd want it. So it's like he made you a shliach to fake the Ketzais, the pluk to the Bible Rabba. Be Yishlo Midas. The Machlokes, if you Yishlo Midas, you don't know you lost the article. If you knew you lost it, you would, if you knew you lost it, you would give up, but you're not aware that you lost it. So that's the Machlokes of Bible Rabba. Rabba holds Yishlo Midas, Aviyish. And Abai holds Aviyish. And everyone on this, on my wonderful Einaklach, Anios Talmidim, my Talmidim, every yeshiva bacher knows we paskin like Abaye. This is the first iyun of Yal Kegan, and I'm not sure if you can all say of all six. Yish lo midas we paskin lo v'yish. The Rav Savar came the chiyada miyash. Since when he realized he loves the Yal miyash, Hashem miyash. Abaye Savar, Rabbi holds hashtem lo yoda. He doesn't know. Amina lo tashma. See, don't think you say that's Yush. Who says it's the same thing by Shlichus? It's an open Gemara. The Gemara compares Shlichus Shalom Midas to Yush Shalom Midas. The Gemara compares it. So it's not, it's not just the Tzais, Atashma, Ketzet Amru, Aton Shalom Midas, Tumas and Truma. You can be Torim for Truma for someone else without his knowledge. Aton Shalom Midas, Tumas. You went down to your friend's field. The leakage v'tam shalobishus, and you were towing without permission. If the owner cares, you crook, he finds out, he will soon see. We'll soon see how you know. If the guy, the owner, doesn't seem to care, so you see, the Gemara brings a raya shlicha shalomidas, avik shliach. The Gemara is comparing Yir Shalom Midas to Shlicha Shalom Midas. The Gemara is a funny thing. How do you know? So the Gemara gives a test. Hashababa is matzah. The rabbi sees that the guy was mafresh truma for him. Klach eitzel yafos. He said these three classic words. Quote, Klach eitzel yafos. Go to better produce. Why don't you take better quality? End quote. Now, is he being sarcastic? Does he mean you crook? Or does he mean, seriously, I'm so happy you did it, you should have taken better? So the Gemara says, you see, if there's better stuff, if you find better quality stuff, so he meant it, he was serious. I'm so happy you did it, you could have taken better. But if there's no better stuff, and Trumas is just being sarcastic, and he means to say you crook. So that's how you can tell. I mean, I don't know what the Gemara could say. You can tell if he said you crook. Now, the Gemara gives a way to tell, why is anybody talking back? You guys can't talk back. Are you on mute? On this chat, you can't talk back. I want you to help me. You're not going to help me. Okay. See, the Gemara the Mishnah could have just said, if he says you crook. No, the Mishnah says he said three words, and you see the situation of those three words mean, what they mean. If you have better or you don't have better. So I don't know whether that was necessary in the Mishnah. Okay, we're saying he could say the same three words, and you look at the situation to see, does he mean that you're a crook, or does he mean you should have taken better? Who cares? He was happy. when he found out, but when he took it, he didn't know. It's Shlicha Shalom Midas. The Gemara asks, he didn't see up his man, what's wrong? My been the Taram at the time when he to love Yadam. So Abaye here, Rava becomes very magnanimous. Taking a Rava lead Abaye. Ever saw that before, guys? That Rava has Abaye all day and night. Rava and Abaye are disagreeing. Here today, Rava became very generous. Taking Rava lead Abaye, Baslo Shliach. He made him a shliach, but he didn't tell him what to fix. He made him a shliach to fix. He made him a shliach. So you can't quote Abaye. You can't be a shliach unless you're appointed. So he made him a shliach. So shliach. Abaye dam yishlo v'das lo v'yush. And here from this Gemara you see him by Mitzvah. That according to Abaye dam yishlo v'das v'yush, shliach shlo v'das nami lo v'yishlo. It's totally zeba zeh. Yod yishlo v'das lo v'yush. So shlicha shalom. See, there is a shach. Guys. Can you, if you know your friend doesn't care if you borrow his baseball glove, and you want to borrow it, he left it in his locker. You know he doesn't care. You're allowed to take it. So it's a big machlokes poskim. Or even a fruit. Forget about a baseball glove. Even if you want to take your friend's fruit, and you know he doesn't mind. Every day he shares his fruit with you. Are you allowed to take it? So Taisvis says you're not allowed to take it because. You need his rishus. However, the shach says no. It's only by yiyush we say this because he really doesn't want to give up anyway. But by normally, the shach says he argues with Taisvis and Chashmish. But I noticed that the Rav Shulchan Aruch paskins the chiluk between she'ela and eating it up. That you could. This is how the Rav Shulchan Aruch paskins. He brings rayas that she'ela just to borrow it. Even though you didn't ask him, if you know he'll lend it to you, you're allowed to borrow it. But to eat the things, to take it and eat it, that we paskin like Taisvis, that Yish Lamidas Lav Yish, that he didn't give you a shus, he doesn't know about it. So Taisvis says, what do you mean Tzichi is mitam shlich? We hold Shlicha Shlamidas, Lav Shliach. And the Tzais is learning, like Rashi even says this in Gittin and other places, that Anan Sadi the Nichale. That means we know what you're thinking. So even though you're not thinking it, but since we know what you would be thinking if you knew about it, it's considered you made him a shliach. L'cheiner. Deshmi zed haskama rishon. Sham zechir mitoras yad. Things the Ritva says zechir is not mitam shlichus. Zechir is not mitam shlichus. It's mitam yad. If something, you become the guy's hand. Not something that's good for a person, a benefit for a person. You become his shliach, you become his hands. Zechir mitam yad, amruvlo mitam shlichos. So that's one sheet. Now Rashi, it's interesting. Rashi says, Rashi, if you want to accuse Rashi of not holding this anan sadeh, Rashi says in Gittin Lamashal that zechir works because anan sadeh, that the guy wants it. So it looks like it's working mitam shlichus. Then the Tzai says something fascinating. Even if you hold not mitam ziyad, it's exeres hakasav. He's going to say it's exeres hakasav of zechir. It's mitam shlichus, but it's exeres hakasav. That's what the Tzai is going to say. Ba'afilu madama. Even according to madama mitar shlichus, la mishum ansadei das shlich. It's not because anan sadeh we are witnesses. It's exeres hakasav. The Gemara Kedushin darshins. There's a Gemara Kedushin three terutzim. How it works. How what apitrupas work. How it works. The Bezdin divides the state. Either out zechia, it's shlichus, or zechia, or apitrupas. The Gemara has three tzadim. And the Gemara brings a pasuk for zechia. The Gemara says, "Gzeres hakasav shei hazoichel achemahani." It's gzeres hakasav. It's a pasuk. Now here, guys, the Tzai is going to say it's a pasuk, but it's mitam shlichus. It's a pasuk. Now the pasuk says you be a shlich. Is it a new din? It's a new din. Zechia. It says like the Gemara class, "Eish mishum mamoine, eish mishum." Chitzav. Eish is eish. Why does it have to be mishum anything? See, it's exeres hakasav give me zoich. But the Rishonim understood of halach zechil of yad kiyad mamish. It's not a yad mamish. El kamo shlichus. In other words, it's a gzeras hakos. Even though he didn't appoint you a shliach, you become a shliach. For the benefit of somebody, the Torah said you can do shlichus. But it's mitorah shlichus. It's not like a new din. It's a din of shlichus. Of lo mishuman and sadi. Lo mishuman and sadi. You know, Rashi in Gittin says anan sadi. What's anan sadi of shliach? That doesn't work. He doesn't know about it. We basking shlich shlomi das lavit shliach. Nafkamina al in yanach. See, the Ksais is saying, even though it's exeres hakosef, you're saying it's vitam shlich. Just say it's exeres hakosef. Stop. What are you saying? It's exeres hakosef, but it's vitam shlichus. Nafkamina zok the Ksais lenachri. You can be zeich for nachri. He's a atem b'nei bris. You can be a shliach of a guy, so you can't do zechiyah for a guy. Even though zechiyah is exeres hakosef, but it just means that even though the guy didn't appoint you a shliach, the Torah said you have the koach to do something benefit, you become his shliach. But somebody you can't be a shliach, you can't be zechiyah. You're not free. Mitar zechiyah can zechiyah no mitar shlichus. Like Tais says in Ksubis, two kashas. How can you be tovel cotton? First of all, ain't shlichus cotton, and then Tais says ain't shlichus cotton. He's a guy. When you take him to be tovel him, he's a guy. It's not because of Anan Sadeh. It's not because we know what he's thinking. It's not because we know what he would be thinking or he's thinking. That's the Ksais Shita, that's Chis Exeres HaKasav. But interestingly, the Ksais is not, it's Exeres HaKasav, but it's Mitam Shlichas. The Torah is Mechadish for the benefit of someone. It's exeres hakasa. Even though I didn't point you a shliach, so the Torah said you could do a shlichus. I have a chakir l'mashal. A father can marry his daughter. A father can marry his daughter when she's a naira under. Father can marry her boy. Is the pshat is like she's his piano, like it's his kiddushin, or he's the Torah made him a shlich of the daughter. I suspect that maybe two teirutzim of the Gemara Gittin in the second parak. Second parak. So it's I say it's machlokes Rashi in Taisus, in Kiddushin maybe, many places. This chakira, if the father is a shliach of the daughter, it's clear in the Chumash. Father can marry his daughter, but what's the lumdis? Did the Torah make him a shliach of the daughter, or the Torah said no? It's the daughter. If I sell my piano, I'm not the shliach of the piano, so. It's the chakira by the father of being marrying of his daughter. Is it mitam shlichus, that he be the shliach of his daughter? Torah made that he can be a shliach. Or what you're going to say in shliach lekatan, like Taisus Kasha in Ksubis, how can it be shlichus? She's a katana. So there's two gesais in Bab Mitzia in the fifth parak. If zechiyah lekatan is midaraisa midrabanan, zechiyah you can do for a kat. So that's Taisus. Fiza nicha, you see that sos onwards. It's exeres hakasav, but it's mitam shlichus. That's what we have to get into our brains. That the tzayis holds that it's exeres hakasav. The Mardashin's a pasuk. Ish zoicha. You can be zoicha. Somebody is shearing the come Pesach on the animal. Exeres hakasav, but it's mitoras shlichus. Fiza nicha. The heichad so shliach. I'm finishing, going on in the Ksais. I may have skipped a line or two, but it's okay. In other words, yes, he didn't make you a shliach, but it helps. So now the Ksais is going to explain Rashi. What was Tais Kasha and Rashi? Besides the Gemara. As I mentioned, the Ksais never emphasized the Gemara. But besides, yes, if Zechiyah mitam shlichus, what's the difference if you're shliach or become a shliach virtue of the shlichus, of the Zechiyah? So he says, yichavlachem, and Zechiyah. See, the Tais is going to Reb Nachman's seichel. And Zechiyah, it's a chus for you, but it's harm to you. Zechiyah doesn't work. If Zechiyah doesn't work, if you make him a shliach, you don't need the exercise of Zechiyah, so it doesn't matter if it's chav lachem. So that's how the Ksais explains it. It's Zechiyah mamish, the zochel zeh v'chav zeh. It's not good enough Zechiyah because you're harming another yid. Chayla mikni b'din Zechiyah. shlichus, you didn't make him a shliach. So if it's a pure schus and you're not harming anybody, you become a shliach by virtue of zechiyah. But since you only become a shliach by virtue of the parsha of zechiyah, there's a cause of zechiyah, and since you're harming the yid, there's no zechiyah. So it's beautiful. Within shlichus leka, so shliach beferish. If he beferish, he made a shliach. Dilamani mitzad zechiyah. So it doesn't work with them. The gzersa of zechiyah, the gzersa of shlichus. Mani yakom mitad shlichus. Shem kamos av the chavli today. Shem chavlachem. So I once did a yeshiva bacha, a beautiful yeshiva bacha. He's talking to me and learning. He said the K'tzais starts the Rashi. So I said, how do you answer the Gemara Ksubas? He said, the K'tzais, I still can't figure it out. The K'tzais is this, he found for Rashi. Well, he said a beautiful lumdis. In the K'tzais, we understand the question of Taisis, what's the difference here, a shliach, or you become a shliach by virtue of Zach and Lam Shabafan. So according to the K'tzais, it makes sense. But he never answered the Gemara in Ksubas. So look, it's not his job. He doesn't have to have info all of Taisus Kashas. But that's the thing that always troubled me in this Ksais, that he just ignores the Gemara. So I remember asking this Bacher, so what about the Gemara Ksubas? Like, I'm not, my Rebbe didn't tell me. You know, like the Ksais just ignores the Kasha. He found for Rashi. Well, he didn't find for Rashi from his Kasha from the Gemara. He gave a beautiful svara of Ksais. Why it should make a difference if you become shliach by virtue of zechiyah, but you become a shliach by virtue of that he made a shliach. If it works through zechiyah, then it can't be harmful for someone else. But if he makes you a shliach, so that's the difference according to the Ksais. Whether you make him a shliach, how he explains Rashi in Svara, there's a difference if you make him a shliach or whether he becomes a shliach by virtue of zechiyah, which would maybe say become a shliach. That's Xeris HaKosev. And that Xeris HaKosev only works if it's not harming someone else. Now, he says, the end of this slice is very fascinating, getting towards the end. So he says, that's Rashi. The Rosh is Kash and Rashi. So I don't know what this is. I looked up the Rosh. I saw the Machlokes, the Rosh and the Rif. The whole Zach into a Malve is Midrabanan and Daraisa. But he answers the Kash of the Rosh. I know the Rosh is from the Mishnah Bab Metzi also. But there it also looks like he made him a Shliach. I don't know which Kash he means, but he answers the Rosh's Kash and Rashi. Now he says, the quotes to Zayda, Pnei Yoshua, the Perka Chaisiving Subis, Kasa, the Tamid Lamani Shliach, Echad Chad Lachem. Why? Reb Nachum's Kash. Why doesn't it help Shlichus, the Makom Shechad Lachem? Taisus holds Shlichus doesn't help. Taisus says clearly, even if you make a shliach, it doesn't help. Subis. So who cares? It's chav lacherim. I made him a shliach. So the Yeshua says, "We should make shliach levaverim." Ain't shliach levaverim. The reason is ain't shliach levaverim. You're doing avera. You're harming another yid. You're doing an avera. Oh, is that so? If I pick up a mitzvah, remember the Gemara compares this to Bagmi mitzvah chaver. The Gemara mitzvah. So if I pick up a mitzvah, so I'm harming someone else. Levaisas, you're doing it for someone else. It's not an avera. But if you're a third guy, you do it for him and you're harming him, it's an avera. It's avera to harm him. If you're doing it for someone else, came the chavlacher. Avera havil gabe, and it's ain't shlich the avera. You know the famous, the Behuda Taisin Mitzvah. It's a shaila. Ain't shlich the avera. If the shlichus is bottle, if the shlichus doesn't work. Well, you just say, no, the Aveira doesn't transfer to the Mashalach. You can't be a shlich for the Aveira, but the kinyan you made really works. Like a kohen made a shlich to marry a grusha. Is the kedushin void on that? Ayin sham b'tasma b'tzia big no bihud on that. The pashtus is, Rabbi said, the pashtus is that if ain't shlich to the Aveira, it doesn't work at all. We'll discuss that when we see the K'tzais onward. You know, what should be. How should it be if ain't shlich to the Aveira? Is it chal what the shlichus? And here the guys the shaila. Shaila samach and learn. It's two terutzim in tais and yet alfim ba mitzvah. If ein shlich v'avera means the avera, you can't be a shlich to do an avera of someone else. But the kinyan or the thing that you did works. Just the avera doesn't transfer to the mashalach. But means even the whole thing doesn't work because ein shlich. If it's a avera, you can't be a shliach. So the Pnei Yeshua is learning taifis lachol magshachem loikana. They're just assuming that it doesn't work because ain't shliach l'vavera. So the reason I mentioned this Mitzia is a Pnei Yeshua must be assuming, which is the Pashtus, that if ain't shliach l'vavera, you can't, it doesn't even work what you did. So you can't be Toshis about Chavmang Shav Lacherim, since it's not Vera to be Chav Lacherim. So therefore, as far as Sal Nira, as far as, because I think the Knives means it's not an Avera. So I think he means because it's not an Avera. V'gam, we'll have a Shlich Os Avera. Shlich Os. The Ksai says, ain't Shlich Avera. It's not going on the Shlich Avera, the Shlich Avera, the Mashalach. You got mixed up. Shlich Afilu. I made you a shliach, and the shliach did avei b'shlichusa. But if it's not avei to the mashalach, remember the Mishnah Melech, guys. If you make a shliach to be toivech, avei to yesh shliach l'avei, you know the three exceptions. If you could talk back to me, I'm going to ask you, what are the three exceptions when we say yesh shliach l'avei? So you know what they are. They are shlichus yad, shlichus yad, and be'ila. And by Tvicha Mechira. So those are the three Shliach Dvar Avera. So then there's a big Shakira Melech. Let's say I make a Shliach to Shechted. And he does it on Shabbos. He's not my Shliach to do it on Shabbos. He's my Shliach to Shechted. So I'm not making him a Shliach to do it on Avera. The Avera I'm making him a Shliach for. There is Shliach Dvar Avera. But he happened to do it on Shabbos. So many Rishonim hold, you don't say Shliach Dvar Avera. That's there for Shliach. I didn't make him a Shliach to do it on Shabbos. So he says, the Ksai says, since it's not Avera for the Mishalayach. So, you grabbed it for me. I don't get enough Avera. You grabbed it, you're harming someone else. In Indian, it's Shlich Avera. That's not an Indian. And Shlich Avera means Avera to the Mishalach. Now we'll discuss this. Let's look at inside again, and I'll explain to you what this depends on. In Indian, L'Shliach, L'Dvar Avera, don't mean Shlich Avera, but Koyin Dam L'Yisrael. That's the case in Bab Metzia. When a Kohen told the Yisrael, say V'kadosh li Isha Grusha. Whose Avera is that? That's the case I just quoted. When the Kohen says to Yisrael, V'kadosh Isha Grusha. The Avera is for the Meshalach. Avera ila Meshalach. It's Avera for the Meshalach. Now, see, Success says an interesting thing. Who cares? It's Avera for the Shliach. Even if you grant the Pnei Yeshua. He owes it's an Avera. But who cares? The Mashalach didn't make you a shliach to do the Aveira. You decided to do the Aveira, to grab it. So you don't say shliach l'Aveira, it's Aveira to the shliach. So I think Rabbi say like this. Maybe tell me machlokes Rabbi Kiveg and the Sma against what I think Pshat and Rashi and Kiddushin. The Gemara gives a svara in Kiddushin. Why ain't shliach l'Dvar Aveira? Divrei Rav, Divrei Talmud, Divrei Mishonim. The svara is that if the Rav tells you not to do something, and the Talmud says to do it, rhetoric question, who do you listen to? So I don't know if you guys, it's obvious to you the answer. It's a rhetoric question because, of course, you listen to the Rav. So what? What kind of svar is that? But I listen to the Talmud. The Torah says don't steal. And I stole him. So I listen to the Talmud. So what do you mean? So Rabbi Kivega quotes from the Sman Choshen Mishnah that the svar is, I thought he wouldn't listen. It's shlichus b'tais. I told him to do an Aveira, and Hashem said not to do it. So I didn't think he would do it. It's shlichus. It's shlichus is batal because I didn't think he would do it. Now, l'chayra, it's Aveira to the shliach. You should say I didn't think he would do it. According to the svara of the Rabbi Kivega, the shlichus b'tais. What's the difference? It's Aveira to the mashal. It's Aveira to the shliach. You can't say I didn't think he would do it. The machlok is the k'tzais and the shach. If ein shliach l'Aveira, the shliach is shogeg. Some Rishonim hold, the Taisis, Babakayim Tes, maybe Babatzia, Yud Aleph hold, that if the shliach is shogeg, you don't say ein shliach l'Aveira. Because why shouldn't he listen? I told him to do something. He doesn't know it's not Aveira, so he's going to listen. See, according to the Sma Kodesh, so the K'tzos argues. K'tzos says, no, it's not totally in that. He brings a raya from the Sugim Babakama that you say Shlich V'Aveira even when the Shlich is Shaggy. Not like the Shach and not like Taisus. So the Shach here is arguing that the Shlich doesn't know You should say yesh. I'm sorry, that's what I'm bringing in. If Tzais is talking about it's not veira to the shliach. Tzais says, who cares it's not veira to the shliach? So, but according to if you hold a svara, it's means I thought he wouldn't listen. So you say, well, you thought he wouldn't listen. If he knows it's not, if you thought he wouldn't listen. So what's the difference? Avera, my avera, his avera. If I'm telling him something to do something, and it's his avera, so I also thought he wouldn't listen. Now in our case, when you're typhus, the Baal doesn't. You can't say it's tos. He doesn't even know about it. See, in our situation, when you're grabbing for the malva, you can't say, well, I didn't think he would do it. You don't know he's doing it. See, when I make you a shliach, you say, well, I didn't think you would do it because it's an avera. So I'm timing here. What's the difference of avera to the shliach of the mashalach? But here we don't have the whole svar of Shabbat. Especially according to the Sma. And as far as I thought he wouldn't listen, so what do you have to say? Well, Anan Sadi. Anan Sadi, you'd make him a shliach, but even if you make him a shliach, it wouldn't be a shliach. If Zechia means, like Rashi and Taisus will say, Anan Sadi, then he'd make him a shliach. Anan Sadi. But if he'd make him a shliach, he doesn't believe he's going to do it. I just want to suggest to you another pshat, not like Rabbi Kinneg and the Sma, but it means but I think Rashi is mashman kiddushin. That it means that when I make your shliach and Hashem says not to do it, so Hashem's command overrides my command. Not because it's a tais. If I didn't think you'd listen, why did I tell you to do it? Not because it's shlichus b'tais. Because the Rav Divrei means that, yeah, this guy told you to do it. But the Rebbeinu Shalom, the Rav, told you not to do it, so it's batal. It's like you're asking to do it is voided to the Rav saying not to do it. That's what I would think. So now, Memele, according to that svara, what would it be if the Avera would be of the Shliach? So maybe not. See, maybe if we're comparing the command of the master to the command of Hashem, the command of the master is nullified as the command of Hashem. But maybe that's only if the master is going against the command of Hashem. But if the shliach is going the command of Hashem, so maybe Rashi and Kedushim wouldn't apply. So now the Ksais ends. Last few minutes, we'll show you the Ksais' raya from a Taisus in Gittin again. Next stop in Gittin. We're at Raila Zemi Divet Taisbek Hamad Gittin. This is Machloikes, Rabbi Loz Rabbanon, Yemik Shalikidis Apeya. The whole sugya of grabbing peya for an ani and you chav to the other aniyim. Somebody, either wealthy or poor, wants to grab the peya for another ani. So it's a classic case of chav lacherim. So it's a big machlokes. Big machlokes tanoim. If you can grab, so Gemara says, well, that looks like a machlokes. Same shaila. If you can chav lacherim, if you can grab for someone else. The rabbis Rabbanan say you have to give it to the first ani. Yitnenu la'ani hanimtza rishayin. Ani. There's another k'tzos somewhere about why do you give it to the ani nimtza rishon? You should give it to the ani that you picked it up for. You picked it up. I raised a ploni ani. So Rabbi holds it's no good. Rabbi it is good. Chamim hold, so Adra. Rabbi hold Zach. You have to give it to that ani. Chamim Omri. Itnenel ani animtza risha. Or do you have to? You can give it to that ani you picked it up for. You have to give it to the first ani? Whatever. Amin and Sham b'tamid Rabbanan. Somebody says, oh, they hold my beam and see the chaveru lo kona chaveru. The one says no. Mishum dichsiv lo slakit ani. The reason is it says lo slakit ani. Lo slakit lo silkait lani. The Torah commanded, don't pick up peya for an ani. It takes silkait lani. You have no silkite, you should not gather peya for an ani. So I went against the Torah. Classic sugya, the beginning of Tamura. Many block Gemara. If you go against the Torah, is avid mahani and la mahani. Gemara Tamura has a long sugya. Called Milsa Rachman al Savid, he avid mahani and la mahani. Shibitaisis. The man over came to Tamura. It's a big machlokes. Rav and Abaye there in Kain Likneani. So you mean, who cares? The Torah said lo slakit la'ani, but if you hold kol milsa d'rachmani avid mahani, so Torah said not to do it, but I did it. So it should be kona anyway. What kind of answer is that the Torah said not to do it? Fake the tzayis. It's ain't shlich l'vaveda. What does Taisus mean? Yavid mahani, but you're a shliach. Of the shliach of Amin. So say, einachinami, you have a principle. You went against the Torah works, but there's another principle in shliach l'vaveda. And you want to be a shliach to pick up the payah, so say shliach l'vaveda. So from Taisus kasha, Taisus asks that if you hold the other money, it should work. What happened to shliach l'vaveda? The answer is alavani nitvi the pnei Yeshua. The ein avera l'mashal. It's only avera for the shliach. Shliach didn't do anything wrong. The guy grabbed it for this ani, was harming the other aniyim. That's the Taisus goinish right from Taisus. That it doesn't matter, it's not there to the shliach, as long as it's not there to the mashalach, don't say in shliach the dvar aveira. Okay, so we covered the ktsais in Siman Kufay. I appreciate anyone who was tuned in, who listened. It gave me great pleasure. Nothing more geschmack in this world than learning a ktsais with you. My talmidim know learning the ktsais is the highest olam hazeh. Nothing better in this world. Studying Tzais HaChoshen, other great, gainim that we zeicha to study. I thank the one who arranged it to give this chus. The only question is, if we have any more time, I'm next door to Rabbi Kalish, and he's also speaking at 12 o'clock. So I said, maybe when I finish, you could. That Rabbi Daniel comes. So I don't mind continuing the shia. Can anyone check if Daniel's almost finished? I'll speak out some more raid if you want. On this sugi of Tashel Bal Chayiv.
Still out.
He's still. So let me know when he finishes, okay?
Sure.
Nobody. How come nobody's? It's supposed to be a live chat.
Yeah, you could start.
Meaningful minute, love this. Okay, so we're a few minutes. Daniel told me he'll be finished about now, but Daniel's not known for being punctual, for being on time. Daniel's an Adam Gadol Ma'od, but he's not. His time is not reliable. That's one thing that he's very different than his father, who believes in being always on the clock on time. But that's Rabbi Daniel. So I just want to tell you, in this sugi of Tais Lachav Makam Mechad Le'achim, let's say, the Shulchan Aruch says, let's say you owe money to the guy who grabs it. Let's say you owe money not only to the malveh and other people, you owe money to the guy that grabs it also. So what does that change? So it says in Shulchan Aruch, statement open in Shulchan Aruch, if the loive, the one who grabs it from the loive, he's also owes money to that guy. So then, migu d'zachil and nafshe, it's like a mitzvah. Remember the Sephardic mitzvah that there's a migu. There's a migu d'zachil and nafshe. If I can grab it for myself, then I can grab it for someone else. So if he owes not only the money to other people, Loiv owes money even to the person who grabbed it. He owes me money and I grabbed it for another guy. So migu, it becomes like a mitzvah. That even though we hold that so if you pick up a mitzvah for someone else, it should be low kana. But a mitzvah is migu d'zachil and nafshe. I can grab that mitzvah for myself. So migu, since I can grab that mitzvah for myself, I can grab it to someone else. So it says in Shulchan Aruch and Siman Kufay that if you owe money to the teifis, then it works. Sif base, Kufay sif base. And my loy v'chayev gam the teifis zacha b'tzisaso di bagi zacha nafshi zacha. It's like mitzvah, and we paskin even though teifis lachav lachem loy kana. But if you have a migu to take to yourself, so the Shulchan Aruch paskins here, if you owe the guy who grabbed it, makes himself some ktsais claims. Let's say he only owes me $50. He only owes me, I'm the grabber, and he owes me $50. And I grab $100 for Shimon, for another malva Shimon. So do you say that, well, I could have grabbed part of it. Since I can grab part of it for myself, so I can even grab more for the other guy. That's the concise about that. So he says it's a machlokes, the Beis Yosef and the Shach, big machlokes, if you can grab more. So concise brings a raya. I'm going to show you maybe the concise l'shit tasai. He holds, concise says the Sifkat and Beis, the next concise. We studied Kofei Sifkat and Aleph. In the next concise, he discusses this question. Again, what's the question? If the one who grabbed the money, the loiva owes him money also. So he could have grabbed for himself. So the concise says, even though it's chav lacherim, when you grabbed it for Shimon, he also owes money to other people. But since I have a migu, I could have grabbed it for myself, so I can grab it for him, even though it's chav lacherim, because migu the zachil and avshe. But let's say it's more. I can only grab 50 for myself. Only my 50. Can I grab 100 to him? So it's a big machlok. That's a machlok. So he says, "Nira bet Yosef. I feel a bit toifis Yosef b'teichav amrina. The b'shlichlet v'avera. Now I'm going to get it in shlichlet v'avera. Shlichlet ain't shlichlet v'avera. The vader lo v'shliach. And shlichlet v'avera. That doesn't mean there are three exceptions. Ain't shlichlet v'avera. Yet I feel a b'shutfim shagan. If two partners steal, shutfim shagan. Hechad the gun of adaiti day v'adaiti the chavre. So Taisvish, well, we'll soon see it. Taisvish shita. If I steal something, Rashi shita, I steal something for me and you. I steal something for me. I'm not a shliach. So I also steal for you. Adaiti chavre mahami mishumigu. Zachal nafshe. I am doing more. So I could have stole the whole thing for myself. But if I steal here for myself, so if I steal the whole thing for myself, oh my God, if I steal the whole thing for you, even if you make me a shliach, but let's say I steal here for myself. Since I'm zeich myself here, I can zeich my friend. I feel b'makom the leka shlichas. I can go big neva. It's open. Shutim sheganvu. Daf chesem b'mitzia. So since you see there that I can be a shlich d'avera if I'm doing part of the avera. I'm stealing for myself and I'm stealing for you. So even though in shlich d'avera, I can't steal for you. But if I steal for myself and I steal for you, then we say shutim sheganu is chayavim. So that's a raya. It's like the ktsois that you can chab just like the d'avera. Now this case is not in shlich d'avera. We're not learning like the Pnei Yoshua. You can't grab. Just it's chav lachrina, but just like the ktsois means that by inshlich v'avera, you can, if you're doing it yourself, migu, you can even do it for someone else. So here also, since I could grab part for myself, now so you can grab other part for him. So then he's not sure. See what you say, 2 migas. See the shayla is if I grab everything for him. Like my Geneva. If I grab, I want to make, you want me to gather for you. I gather everything for you. So you say, well, I could have gotten it for myself. Or you say only if you really did. So the Tzais wants to say it could be even if you didn't grab half for yourself. But since you could have grabbed 50 for yourself, you could have, so you do it for him. So that's not so simple. What I want to say is, like this, Tzais in the Sivas and Tzais in Bamitzia and Afrikas. What does it mean, shoot from Shagun? So Rashi learns that you stole for yourself in the shutav. So Tai says, no, it means 2 people picked it up. 2 people picked it up. Then you say, if 2 people picked it up, you make a kinyan on one object. But you don't say that I can steal for myself and steal for you. So Tai says, what's the difference? Because if you learn by mitzvah, you know that if 2 people pick it up, they have to be a shliach. You have to be a shliach of the other guy, because if 2 people pick it up, the other chayfetz is half lying on the ground. So Gemara says in Babitzia, and that's Sugan Daf Ches, that in order for 2 people to be koine, each one has to be tzaycha for the other one. So Taisvis learned that Shutrin Shaganda means they picked it up together. Frektik Tzais, what's the difference that they picked it up together? Well, one picked it up for both. The Maisi and each shlichas, even if they picked it up together. But I think the obvious answer is And then Siva Staka argues on the Tzais. Like the Tzais Lashitas. The Tzais holds it's the same thing if two people pick it up, the gam is something, or one gam's it for him and the other guy. But I think the answer is obvious. I think the Siva learns that way. That if two people pick it up, the half that I am being kind of, I'm picking up for you. Not the half that I could. The half that I am kind of, Migo that I'm kind of, I can pick it up for you. But if I steal for me and you, so now I'm stealing for you, so it's just by virtue of shlichus. So you say, ain't shlich the v'avera. Okay, half the avera you're doing. I want to be the other half of the v'avera. You don't say that, Taisus holds only if you pick it up together, where the half that you are being kind of, you're also being a shliach to pick that half up, so the other guy can become so you're a shliach that you both picked it up. Because when two people pick it up, they have to be a shliach of each other. But in the case, if you become a shliach of him and the other guy, so then, so it's, I think a little bit the K'tzais L'shitasa. See, the K'tzais holds there is no difference. He didn't. The K'tzais says he doesn't understand Taisvis. What's the difference if you pick it up for you or the other guy, or you two people pick it up? Taisvis is mechalik. And so this K'tzais, I think, is L'shitasa in Siman Sa Meach. Okay, hello? I think we're over the hour. Okay. He can't hear us. Online, he can't hear us. I feel bad that I can't hear you. So just wish everyone a good day. Steigen learning, whether you're learning iyun or iyun kal, or chas v'sholem, the B word, whatever you're learning, you should learn well and use your time. It's chas v'sholem. You shouldn't make this sakana something that should be mafatlas from learning. So everyone should learn as much as he can, be well, stay well. And thank you very much for giving this course to learn with you the Tzais. I hope maybe to see you tomorrow in your shir tomorrow, Mitzvah Hashem. Thank you and have a good day. They weren't able to talk. No. Yes, but he said it's no riot because, can you please help me shut it off, Peter? I don't know how to shut it off. What? Yes, please. I wanted to wait for Daniel, but it's not practical. I gave him extra. What? No, but he's been doing the same time. I wanted to come here, but I can't keep it going. And the stream, I think, will end it.
End stream.
Full hour already.
Wow. Are you sure you want to end stream?